Hi, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good evening, wherever you are at in the world. And welcome to the Savanh Family Show. And a relationship is not a 50-50. What's the point, right? What's the point of giving the relationship only half of you if you are only putting in half the effort? So a relationship is 100-100. We're going to talk about why that is so important in a little bit.
Yes.
So the big question is this. How do married couples like us who have busy schedules, run high-performing businesses, face challenges daily, raise multiple children,
and yet still remain in love, passionate, and happy like when we first dated?
That is the question, and this show will give you the answers.
Welcome to the Savanh Family Show.
Master your relationship, your life, and your business now.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, yes. And if this is your first time watching us, we just want to welcome you. My name is Sys Phyllis. This is my beautiful wife, my amazing business partner, Phyllis Savanh.
Hi.
And let's start here. Let's start with what we are celebrating today or what we are grateful for today. And we create this movement where we want to help people be present and really smell the roses. There are things in your life that are so amazing right now.
Yes.
Some things that you can be grateful for, things that you can celebrate.
Yes.
But we tend to not, because we tend to be so hard on ourselves. So
absolutely.
Let us know what you are celebrating, what you are grateful for.
Yes, let's do it one step at a time. What are you grateful for today? For me, what I'm grateful for, since we're talking about relationship, I woke up this morning and my son just sit up and he just have a big smile, like a huge smile, as simple as that. And I was just like, wow, Alexander, why do you wake up and you just have a big smile? And he's like barely waking up. He's like literally like sitting up, just have a big smile. And me and Sys just started to laugh because it's like, wow, I mean, what a great way to wake up the day.
I know.
What a big smile.
Yeah, they're both very amazing.
Definitely we're very grateful for that.
Yeah, they're both very, very happy kids. They're very happy, high energy, energetic. Are your children that way? And
yes.
If they are, do you sometimes kind of neglect that, right? And you're like, oh man, I didn't realize that. Yeah, my kids are like that. Like, those are things where we have to really stay in the moment. My brothers and sisters, life is short. We get one shot at life, okay? So let's make the best of it. So
yes, and somebody did tell me about this. They will never be 5 years old again. So, whenever that is it, you got to focus on that. And same thing, we will never be where we are, at this age,
yes.
Right? So make the best out of it.
Yes. So today we are continuing our Making a Marriage Work series, and the topic is relationship is 100-100. You probably have never heard this before.
Yes.
Right? You probably think, well, if there's a partnership, it's 50-50. Well, if it's 50-50, then think about that, right? Think about the equation of that. If you're bringing 50% to the partnership, the relationship, then you're only bringing in 50% of the effort. So why does it have to be like that way? Why can't in our relationship it should be 100-100? You bring 100 the best of you, and you bring 100 the best of you, and into the relationship, right? Yes. And because relationship is give and take, and relationship is sometimes you have to pick up the slack when your other partner isn't there to do that. It's okay, yes. But you're not able to pick up the slack if you only bring 50% of you, right? If you bring 100%, look, we're all not perfect. Right? Sometimes your partner might not be there, and if you brought 100%, then you're there for the relationship. Does that make sense? So it's something new. It's a new perspective for you to look at. And I thought about this, last week, and I'm like, man, this is amazing because we always think, right? Oh man, 50-50 partnership, and ideally, yeah, you're trying to make 100, but realistically, if you really want to be truly fulfilled, then you bring 100 to the table.
Yes.
Right? And the other partner brings 100 in business as well, and in friendships, everything. Why not give 100 of yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And again, Again, in a default world, in the old way of doing things is like, okay, are you giving? If you're giving, then I'm going to give. If you're not going to give, then I'm not going to give.
Yeah.
So if you're starting with 50-50, then later on you're going to be 45-45, and then 40-40, and then 30-35. And this is one of the reasons why relationship at the end didn't work out, because we're measuring. We are saying, okay, what are you giving? And the craziest part is, who's going to give first?
Yes.
Are you going to give first, or am I going to give first? If you're going to give first, okay, then I'll give. Yep. So then who's the leader in the relationship? The truth is, we both are the leaders in the relationship. We both need to be 100% in our relationship. There's going to be time that's up and down. And and we just have to understand, because everybody we cannot be perfect at 100%, but again the effort should be 100%.
Yeah, and I think that's what when you have that 50-50 equation, right? I think that you're essentially telling yourself, you're creating a belief system, your mindset that, oh, my partner, I need my partner to complete me, right? Yes. And it's not. It's great for movies like Jerry Maguire. There's a scene with Jerry Maguire says, you complete me. Well, it's great. It's for movies, but in real life, it's not that way. Your partner does not complete you, right? But if you do that, yes, you think, well, we have to get to 100. So if I bring 50, then I have to have my partner to fill me up and to complete me, so that we can be 100. And it's not. It's 100. Bring 100% of you, 100%. Of the partner, and again, if the partner falls short, then you're there 100%, so you're picking up the slack for the relationship.
Yes, I mean, imagine if you have 100%, that means that your relationship have 200%.
Yeah.
So even if one of us is dropping, we have still more than 100%.
To the next level. So the first tip we're going to share with you is be responsible for yourself in the relationship. Yes. This is huge, right? Because it's you. You're responsible for you. It's the whole oxygen mask theory, right? Mm-hmm. You cannot put an oxygen mask on your significant other or your children if you do not have an oxygen mask on yourself first. Just like in an airplane that they do that. There's reasons why they share that with you. And in life is the same way. If you're responsible for you, you're bringing your health and well-being, your mindset, your emotions, your feelings, right? Your self-love. Like, how do you love other people if you don't love yourself? And I know this because I used to be this way. Right? For me, self-love, because I felt, based on the conditions at one point in my life, based on my conditions, how I grew up, I did not feel like I was enough. I did not feel like I was loved. So I, didn't feel like I was enough, and I didn't feel loved at all. So I didn't love myself. So, and, really it just recently shifted in a year and a half here that I'm like, man, I have a lot to offer. I have a lot. I have everything within me, and I love myself, and now I bring 100% of me to the relationship because, now I can love my life, my business partners, my wife, my children, more than ever. Why? Because I have a level of self-love that I have for myself, that I am enough, I am good, I'm happy with where I am at in life, and I'm going to continue growing that love and, and really adding more resources so that I know that I am enough for this world to give and impact the world.
Yes, I totally agree with this. You just think about it, right? When you are single, you're fully responsible of yourself, right? What changed if you are in a relationship?
Yes.
Nothing should have changed. One of the biggest thing that I really think that, a relationship changed a person is when we started to get together and we are like, okay, you're responsible for me. My happiness is all based on you, right? Everything is based on the other partner. And then if the other partner doesn't do whatever they need to do, then the fight started to happen, the separation started to happen. But if you really think about it, that's the reason why, I know that a lot of people is like, wow, I like this, be a stay-home mom. I agree. I love to be a stay-home mom too. However, I also love that I can, be self-sufficient because, again, at any given time, if he does leave me, I'm not saying that he is, if he does leave me, I am still a standalone woman. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I also feel like I'm much more attractive when I am an independent, standalone woman who has her own thoughts.
Totally. Own thoughts, identity, emotions, feelings. I mean, that's huge. Her own
and
energy.
The confidence itself, it's bringing in so much more than when you're almost losing your identity. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be a stay-home mom. What I'm saying is, be a stay-home mom, but also have your own identity, responsible for yourself. How can you make yourself happy?
Yes.
And just thought, sometimes I understand you need to focus on your children. You need to focus on, your husband. I know that because I'm a giver too. However, you need to also give yourself some time. Like, hey, babe, I really need to take care of myself right now. So let me take care of myself. And then when I have the energy, I will take care of you too.
Yeah, do it based on identity, not title. Does that make sense? So stay-at-home mom, a good example is, oh, I'm a title. That's what I have to do. If you do it because that's me. I want to stay with my kids. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. And my husband loves that. My husband loves that I'm a stay-at-home mom, taking care of my kids. That's identity. He created me. That's the respect that he's given me to do that. That's her identity. And I love that. And that's the energy that he loves. And he goes and does and conquers the world and builds a business. Great. Then that's what you guys have aligned as far as your values, right? Your identity within your company, your family, and then yourselves as husband and wife, right? So that's very different. So do it based on identity, not based on title. Yep. Okay. Second is really be responsible for what you bring to the relationship.
Yes.
Okay. This is powerful. This is you bring whatever it is to you bring the effort. Just like in somebody interviewed John Wooden one point. He says, why are you the winningest coach? Right? And he says, because I teach my players not to worry about the scoreboard. Yes. I don't care about the left or right column, win, loss. I don't care about that. What I care about is that they give it their all in practice. They practice harder than they would play a game. And then when they play the game, I want to make sure that they give it their best effort. Yes. What they bring to the floor, the floor of basketball is what I care about the most, that they gave it their all. So you are responsible for what you bring to the relationship. Okay. You bring, not 50% effort, you're going to get 50% result. You bring 100% effort to this, relationship, you're going to get 100% of the results, guaranteed.
Yes, one of the relationship coach, Stacy Martino, he talks about, one of her course, I'm sorry, Asian coming out. Her course is pretty much talk about, it take one to tango. And a lot of people's like, wow, what do you mean by taking one to tango? And then when we, attended her course too and see what she's really teaching, we realized that, she's pretty much teaching you that, hey, be responsible for what you bring to the relationship.
Yes.
Because in the past, she relied on it and, she was not, 100% herself.
Yeah.
Right. And at the end, the relationship doesn't work. Relationship just does not work. So be responsible for what you bring to the relationship. If your attitude is always shitty, don't blame your relationship to be shitty.
Yes.
Just let me be honest here, right? And if you are a happy person, you can't help but, make sure that the relationship is happy.
Yes.
Right? I know Anil Gupta also mentioned about this. There's two type of, there's two type of feeling, is that right? The two type of feeling that people thought about you.
Yeah.
It's whether you lighten up the room when you come in.
Yeah, you make people happy two ways, right?
Yeah.
When you enter the room and then when you leave the room. So which one are you?
Yes.
Yes, most definitely. And then the third tip, the takeaway that we have for you is be responsible for making your partner's life better. Yes. Right? And this is, this is a shift that you have to make. Like, I'm going to be very direct. Quit being so selfish. Does that make sense? And I say this from a place where I used to be. Yes. I used to, want to take. I used to think that, life was around me, in my business, in my life, everything. And it's not. It's not. When I flip my whole world upside down and saying that I bring whatever, I bring the best me, I bring something to the relationship every single day, and I am responsible for this beautiful soul and my children and my family, and it's all about making their life better. Somehow, magically, brothers and sisters out there, the world aligns, right? The stars align. Things become present for you where you now are like, you get all the resources necessary to do that thing, right? Yes. To make your partner's life better, to make your family's life better. So in this case, we're talking about partnership. Yes. My goal every single day is to be responsible for making my partner's, my wife's life better, not worse, right? And I have, in the past, made it worse. So I know how it feels to make it worse, and that's not where you want to be. That's not the space that you want to be. That is truly, if that's not your identity, you definitely don't want that identity. So for me, every single day is, how can I make her life better? How can I make her life better? How can I make her life better? And then I give it my all. Okay?
Yes, I totally agree with that. How can you make be responsible to make your partner's life better? And he said it right. I mean, in the past, when we almost, filed for divorce, is because, I was really excited. I was still in love with him. I would like him to, I miss him when he's not home. However, when I hear that the car is pulling up and then he's opening the door, I just like get really nervous and tense.
Yes.
Like, oh my goodness, we're gonna get into fights again, right?
Yep.
And I was just like, oh no, I don't want that, right? And you talk about be responsible for making your partner's life better. That is it. How do you maintain your attitude in front of your husband and wife? Is it okay to share your feelings once in a while?
Totally.
Absolutely. But if sometimes if that doesn't bring you any good result, maybe sometimes that should be avoided. How can you be responsible and make your life better, right? Your partner's life better, right? Just like he said, in the past, he just loved to fight with me all the time because that's just how. He's just a very passionate and high energy kind of person, and I'm more like a water, more calm, and I think he just want to stir up the water, without noticing about it. However, that doesn't make my life feel better. It just made me feel very unsafe, and not loved. But now, he doesn't do that anymore. He just communicate with me. He talks to me, and he doesn't fight with me.
Yes.
Because I know that he definitely have put in the effort to be responsible to make sure that my life is better.
Look, you're gonna end up taking the wrong turn in your relationship. Yep. You're gonna have a roller coaster. You're going to change, right? And the greatest part is, what is your true intention in all of this, right? Yes. My true intention is not to make my partner's life worse. My intention is not to bring only 50% effort. My intention is not to really, understand that I am irresponsible for what I bring to the relationship, yep. Right? And sometimes you forget that, and that's okay, just as long as you make those pattern, changes and transformation. And, if you have that pattern, you got to find ways to interrupt it. Okay? So,
yes.
I know this was an amazing topic. So please, I know that you liked it. Hit the like button, as well as follow us here when we go live and upload new videos and content. You're going to be alerted every single time that we do that. And if you have not watched our previous series and episodes, please do. We have some amazing content for you to share. And then please look forward to our next video. Next episode is going to be episode number 5, which is going to be amazing as well as usual. So there's some links below if you want to learn more about us and get to know us. There's definitely some links below. So to kind of summarize everything and to kind of put everything into perspective, what the question of the day for you is, what are you going to do now today that will say, man, honey, we need to have this discussion. Yes. We were talking about 50-50 partnerships all along, and, how do we get ourselves to 100-100?
Yes.
Because I heard this thing from Sys and Phyllis, and it's amazing. It's an amazing content. I think we really need to apply this to our marriage. So that's, what are you going to do to make that happen? And to summarize everything, yes, relationship is 100-100. You are responsible for yourself in the relationship. You're responsible for what you bring to the relationship, and you are really responsible for making your partner's life better. Okay?
Thank you.
We love you very, very much. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a kick-butt week, and we will see you tomorrow. If you like this show, subscribe now.
Remember, mastery starts here.
See you on the next show.